Yer, what's going on? What's going on, Chandra? Thanks for coming through, bro. Yer, what's going on? What's going on, Chandra? Appreciate you. Hey, can you hear me? Uh, Let me know if you can hear me. How am I coming through? This is a test stream. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. How are y'all doing today? Peace to you, Char Willie. I will play some elevator music before we start. How about now? Is there any echoes? Hey, Joe, what's going on, man? How you been? Appreciate y'all. Hey, Vonda. Ebony Star Network. Welcome. Appreciate it. How's the stream looking so far? Oh man, we got to talk about that, Joe. You definitely got to have a combo on that, Joe. Hey, Joe, hit me up on inbox me on Facebook so we can set it up in time. Loving them posts, man. Loving them posts. We got to talk about them Japanese Hornets. Definitely. Definitely going to talk about that. How's everybody doing in the chat? right, all right, all right, all right. What's going on, people? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? How is everybody doing? Welcome to the One Third Show. I am DeAndre, just DeAndre. How is everybody doing? Uh, the box that's over here. Sorry, over here. Look, over there, 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 right here. That's for the chat. Um, and I'm just going to do my opening salvo. Today we're going to talk about social distancing. Joe, I sent you the invite on Discord. For anybody that want to join in on the panel, you'll see the channel, the One Third Show, in the Discord server. Just jump in there, make sure you're muted, and everything like that. So when I go to the opening panel section, and we can discuss and talk about a lot of things. Um, Type in the chat as much as you like. I like to give a shout out to Sharja Cursa, Vonda H. This is Joe, Char Willie, Cerulean Great, a Great Regime, and everybody else that's coming to stop by. Thank you very much. We usually start around 9:30 Central, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Usually somewhere maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. If you can see me, please press a one in the chat. This is my test stream on this. This is the first time I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Wanted to make it a little different as far as everything else. Um, and I just wanted to bring up a couple of things, um, far as what's going on out in the world today. Um, far as the news, everything that is happening, um, far as, things that's been going on lately um, in the news, far as everything. Hey, greetings, Supreme Elder DJ Music. All right. Um, what's been going on far as into world today? Um, because a lot of times with these with the social distancing, right now we're having a battle with privilege. The privileges that being in a democracy or a democratic society, we're having a privilege battle with actually common sense and protecting yourself. And a lot of your privileges that you're used to having, you can no longer really actually exercise those for the greater good of everybody else. And I wish that people would understand this, but there are some of us that do not understand this, and some of us that do not adhere to the social standings and things of that nature. And this is a problem um, going forward. So I like to jump into it right now and touch on it right now. Without further ado, here we go. So, with this thing with the social standing and stuff like that, okay, this is not being seen. Okay, I don't know why this is not being shown. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why this ain't shown. Ah, okay. Sorry. So, it's not showing. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, sorry about that. So let me see. Are we seeing it? It's not popping up. I don't know why it's not popping up. All right. So, I don't know why it's not popping up. Okay. Well, that's not popping up. So, so is yeah. This is well. Anyway, so what basically happened? Um, what basically happened over the weekend is that what basically happened during the weekend is that um, in the state of Michigan, what was been going on and what's been happening in the state of Michigan is that um, they had some armed protests at the Capitol. Right, people are protesting and they can't go outside, and they decided to go to the Capitol and stage a protest against the governor. Tell the governor that they want to be out. There's a lot of right wing people with swastikas and nooses and stuff, and they got fully automatic weapons. And I really want to show you guys this like right now. But they're get my ad from Discord. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, there you go. There's your roll. There you go. All right. So yeah, you're in Discord. If you can see the 1/3 show, just jump into the voice chat. Um, just jump into the voice chat, and it'll say 1/3 show on it. Yeah. And I got your ad, so you're there. Okay. So there you go. So I got it. Yeah, Joe, I can see you. All right. Cool. Now, with the 1/3 show, so anyway, with this stuff that's been happening in the Capitol, um, with the state that's been going on, people have not actually. Um, can you guys see this that I have here? Let me know in the chat if you can see it. If you can actually see the news article from the browser. Let me know if you guys can see it. Hit a one in the chat if you can see it. So bear with me. This is a test stream. If you guys can see it, let me know. If you can't see it, then I'll have to fix something. See a blank screen? Yeah, it's not. Hold on, dude. Crow. Sorry. Crow. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me see something. Sorry about this. All right. All right. How about now? Can you guys see it? Let me know if you can see it. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you doing? Greetings. Can you guys see it now? Yeah. Let me know if you can see the screen now. Yo, Chicago's new mayor is wild. Let me scroll down here. Now, if you can see this guy right here, he's got his face mask on. Now, there are people in this photo that are not exercising social distancing because they're using their amendment rights to the right to bear arms. They're doing that. They're also using their amendment rights to protest. Now, I don't know if this protest, because just because you have the right to protest, you also have to give notification. Now it says Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has criticized the stay-at-home protesters who stormed the state's capital on Thursday, saying they represented the worst racism and awful parts of U.S. history. Her heated comments came when when appeared on CNN's State of the Union on Saturday to discuss the coronavirus pandemic in Michigan and how some residents have responded to current stay-at-home measures. There were swastikas, Confederate flags, and nooses, and people with assault rifles. She said about the recent protests, some of the outrageousness of what happened at our Capitol depicted some of the worst racism and awful parts of our history in this country. After the protest, which was called American Patriot Rally, was organized by Michigan United Liberty Group, President Donald Trump defended the people. The governor of Michigan should give a little and put out the fire. These are very good people, but they are angry. They want their lives back again safely. See them, talk to them, make a deal. Now look at this. Now I want you to take a good look at what you're seeing. I want you to take a good look at what you're seeing. Okay? A good look at what you're seeing. Look at this. This right here is what I'm talking about, social privilege. We all know we're not going to make the distinction, right? Because you can look at me, you can see me, you can see all this, you can see what it is. So I'm not going to point out the obvious. Unless you can see me, you can look at me, you can see this, and we're not going to point out the obvious, right? We're not going to point out the obvious, but you can see these people right here. You can see what they depict and what they're looking like, but you can also see the hue of these people and what they're allowed to do. And this is called social privilege. They can carry. This gun to you looks like self-protection. It looks like you're ready for war. This is an intimidation tactic. This is actually domestic terrorism at its finest right here. And they're laughing and joking, and they have an American flag, and they have their own flag, and they have their faces covered up. But their faces not covered up for the coronavirus or to protect each other. Their faces are covered up so you cannot see them because they have everyday jobs. This man is armed to the teeth. This man right here, these are assault rifles. Right? Are you getting ready for war? Why do you need all of this? This is camouflage and camis. And because they want to be let out. But here's the funny part. If y'all can mass up in a group and y'all can go to the state capitol to protest, then you're already outside. So to me, it looks like your children throwing a tantrum. That's just me. Now let's look at something else. Park ranger was pushed into, if you guys can see this, park ranger was pushed. Look at that. Because he told them that they needed to get out of the park. They're violating social distancing laws, and they pushed the park ranger into the lake. Now look at this. Now this is what we call social privilege. Right? This is social privilege. This is social privilege right here. You cannot deny it. You can see it. Then I'm going to go to the next one. Now, I'm going to play this also. If you guys can see this. Flint police hunt suspects in murder over face masks. This is Michigan too.
Dollar store was shot and killed in a dispute that witnesses said started over a face mask. Prosecutor David Layton said 43-year-old Calvin Munnerlyn stopped a woman trying to enter the store last week because she did not have a face covering for her daughter.
Several witnesses in the Family Dollar said Mr. Munnerlyn got into a verbal altercation with an unknown black female over not wearing a mask before the shooting had taken place. There is surveillance video confirming that altercation.
Layton said the woman left and then two men showed up.
Witnesses on the scene said that two black males entered the store wearing dark clothing. One of the males was younger, one of the males was older. One of the black males started yelling at Munnerlyn about disrespecting his wife. The other black male then walks up to Munnerlyn and shoots Munnerlyn. Both males then exit the store.
Local television reported the woman has been arrested and is awaiting arraignment in the Genesee County Jail. The two other suspects are her 44-year-old husband and 22-year-old son, still at large, and all three are facing a charge of first-degree premeditated murder.
Now you saw that, right? Now you saw that, right? Now, now what I would like for everybody to understand is like I don't like showing stuff like that, but people are on edge right now. People don't understand that in this day and age we are in a pandemic. And your regular social privileges, because they are privileges, right? These are privileges. If you have to make a law to say that you can do certain things, those are privileges. Those are not rights. A law grants you privileges to do certain things. Your human right is to breathe, walk around, and survive. So we have this social privilege thing right now, and everybody's up in arms. So I'm going to move on to something else about this right here. And if everybody can see this, I'm going to show you this. And this is where I do my Who Bans Is This segment. Okay?
How old are you? You're 5 years old. Wow.
Yeah, you heard it right there. A 5-year-old was behind the wheel. Authorities say he could barely reach the pedals.
And I was actually thinking it might be a medical issue, if not an impaired driver, but it seemed a little worse than a normal impaired driver.
Turns out the boy had apparently gotten into a fight with his mom when she said she wouldn't buy him a Lamborghini. Yeah, the 5-year-old waited for his parents to leave and then grabbed some car keys and just drove off. He was on the road for about 5 minutes before being pulled over. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Now, once again, everybody's tripping. Now, if you're supposed to be in the house, now this is my thing, and this is just me. This is my thing, and I'm gonna look at y'all in the mirror. I'm looking straight into the camera, right here. Why was a 5-year-old at home by himself? Where's CPS at? They call CPS on everything else. Where's CPS at? How did a 5-year-old know where the car keys at? How did a 5-year-old know how to get in the car and start the car? How did a 5-year-old know how to drive on the highway from the house? Better yet, how did the 5-year-old not have enough fear to even get in the car and drive off and even act out like that? Y'all know what I'm saying on my face. That's a 5-year-old. You're looking at a future criminal. That 5-year-old does not have anything that cares about respecting other people's property. Because if you'll steal from your parents, you'll steal from anybody. I know how to fix that. We all know. It's easy. It's easy. We all know. We all know how to fix that. We all know. We all know how to fix that. We all know how to fix that. We know how to fix it. It's easy. Now I want to know from y'all in the chat, how would y'all fix that problem? How would y'all fix that issue? We're talking about a 5-year-old taking his parents' keys during a pandemic. We got people going into state buildings with guns. We got people shooting people in the dollar store because they don't want to follow the rules. Now, I got to admit, most children, they don't have enough face masks for children around. But you couldn't go to the dollar. If you got a husband, if you got a brother, couldn't they watch your child while you went to the Dollar General to get whatever you needed? Exactly. Now, what I want to do right now is I want to open up the panel for my colleagues to come in. I'd like to open up the panel. If y'all would like to jump in, if you guys can. If you would like to jump in, just click on the 1/3 show if you can see it. And I'll bring you guys up. I'll bring you guys in. So you guys, yes, esteemed elder. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct on that one. You're absolutely correct. You're correct. Hey, hey, greetings, esteemed elder. You can unmute yourself if you can. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm like, we got people acting a fool lately, just losing their minds, like they like they're crazy or something. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Let me let me pull this back up here so we can see this. A 5-year-old. We're talking about a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old. Can y'all believe this? Can y'all see this? This is I wouldn't have believed it until I saw it. And I just go through the news. This is what's being put out there. We got people marching on the state capitol. We got people in parks pushing park rangers and officials when they're trying to do their job and try to keep you safe. Right? Social privilege is a thing. Social privilege is something that's took it too far. And we need to stop this. We need to stop this right now. We need to stop this right now because this is going too far. Really too far. This has gone too far. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to join the panel, let me know if you're having access to the 1/3 show. Back in when I was growing up, this was this was not a thing. He wanted a Lamborghini. That's what he wanted. So he going to take the car and he going to go buy him one. Now, yes, they covered his face up, and because he's a child, and we're not going to get into it because we know when people that look like us as children, they like to show their faces. But I'm not sitting up here pointing out the obvious, right? But if he'll take his parents' car, what he'll do to you if he don't get his way? And the parents will be held responsible. What if he got into an accident? What if he killed somebody? What if he killed somebody? These are the things that we're looking at that are happening right now. This virus is really showing people really care about their privileges versus the rights of everybody to live. And what I say to you is that you have to protect yourself. By all means. You have to protect yourself. You have to watch out for your loved ones. This is what happens when you let society raise your children. This is what happens. These are the people that are running around right now. These are the faces of the people that want their privileges. They don't care about the hundreds of thousands of people that are dying or potentially putting you at risk. You can be a carrier of it. And it doesn't affect you, but it'll affect the next man. I did a stream about the herd mentality. And then you have a president that's not going to take responsibility because he's gaslighting this type of behavior. He's the one sitting up there telling them that the governor should give a little. Well, yeah, when things get better, right? I'm in a country right now where it's the middle of a national holiday for a whole week. Japanese work 6 days a week. 6 days a week they work. Put in 12, 14-hour days. And they're only out because they need to be out. Now, yesterday was Children's Day. So they were in the park with their kids, but they were practicing social distancing, walking their kids around. But it was the men walking their children around. The fathers were with their children. There was no cars really on the street. People were using bikes to get where they need to go. Scooters. Some people were driving their motorcycles, but even the motorcycle people were stretched out. Nothing was really open. But we have this thing with us in Western society that we don't care about other people. Being cognizant of spreading something this bad. People are really showing out. And it's not a lot of people, but you just need a few to cause a widespread pandemic like we're dealing with right now. And like the esteemed Cerulean Gray was saying, these people are derelict. Those parents were derelict with their child. These are people that was instilled in them. This is a generational thing. This just doesn't happen. Just like we have our issues with our culture, this is a culture that's stemmed from the American society. And this really kind of makes me mad, angry, upset that they're exposing you and your children and your loved ones to their foolishness. And they're bringing guns and they're willing to kill just so they can do what they want. That's what they're showing. They're brandishing these weapons. You can protest without bringing weapons. You know, you can protest without bringing weapons. Yeah. You can protest without bringing weapons. I'm like, we showed it. Whole civil rights movement. Mostly, no one brought a weapon. When the Black Panthers did it, they made a law that you can't open carry in California. Yes, they made a law. Greetings, Elder.
Greetings, young warrior. How are you, my man? You're absolutely right. Just as you would think, you just said the very same thing that I was thinking. Remember, if we can go back to the 60s, I know some of you folks might be a little bit younger than that, but if you go back to the 60s when the Black Panthers stormed the Capitol building there in California, they passed all kind of laws, so that wouldn't happen again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here we are, 2020, and we see it for ourselves.
We see
It's
it.
that thing that they call white privilege.
Yeah.
It was exercised at its best right there.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, we got a echo here. All right. All right. How about the sound? Oh, shoot. All right. So let me do this. All right. So I don't know what I got. All right. So we got a
You okay now?
yeah. Yeah, I can hear, yeah. So I'm trying to get rid of this echo here. Trying to get rid of this echo. So. All right, y'all bear with me, guys. Trying to get this. Trying to get this echo situated. Hold on, let me. So, man. So let me get this echo situated. All right. So let's see. Input, output, output. Do you still hear echo? Yeah, you still hear. How about now?
No.
No echo?
A little bit, but you can barely tell.
Okay. Right about. All right. Let me bring this down. How about now? All right. So output, input. All right. So how about now? No echo?
A little bit, yeah, but
All right. In the chat, do y'all hear echo? Y'all can press one in the chat for me. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. So what you think about this, Joe?
and thing is wild. Like honestly, I've not paid too much attention to the protests. I knew they were going to happen as soon as COVID broke out because on like with this is one thing I knew that would happen. When the virus broke out in China, it broke out at a time when all Chinese people are traveling at the same time.
Right.
And you might call it conspiracy theory, but I'm like, that's way too perfectly plain. You got a dirty, I'm sorry, China's a pretty dirty ass country. You know, um, dirty country with people who don't practice the best hygiene, bring out a virus at that time, also in the winter. You know, the whole will get infected in a month's time. That seems way too predictable, or way too planned. But we just found out it was bioengineered in a lab. You know, so I mean, it was planned out though. Um, but, I mean, even when you look at it, man, because they tried to cover it up with bats and stuff, and it's just like, no, man. Like the original virus, doesn't even harm humans from bats.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not surprised with the protest, though, man. I'm not surprised. I mean, like Americans protest about anything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I do agree, and I hate to say it, but I do agree that if you are out of our complexion, then you will not be able to get away with that. Um, but yeah, man. Not surprised at all. I would like to talk about these hornets, though, man.
Yeah, you know that too. That too. With
Yeah,
the
man, because I brought my parents out here last summer, and we were in Osaka. We were at Osaka Castle, and my dad saw this big Japanese hornet. He's like, "Oh my god," So, yeah, he's a jokester. So what he wanted to do was, because the hornet was sipping on some like some strawberry syrup, right?
yeah.
And was sipping there, and like dad wanted to put a white plastic bowl over the bee. And when someone came, he's like, "Oh shit!" So no, oh man, that one bee cleared about like 30 people, man. Yeah, man, like people know about that bee, but at the same time, though, like usually if you don't mess with it, it's not trying to mess with you, man. Because those bees are very dangerous for humans. However, they're like we're not their target, Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, but what
telling me, and also was in like a documentary recently. These Japanese killer bees, these wipe out American honeybees, man. Because
Oh,
what
yeah.
I found out was that Japanese honeybees, species, however, they through evolution, they've learned to combat these killer bees, and and it's really cool how they do it. It's like 10 of them gang up on like on one killer bee. They vibrate their wings so fast that creates a temperature of like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and the killer bee burns up and it can't move. Like that's dope, man.
Yeah.
It's really. I mean, like that's something like Godzilla shit.
Yeah, it is.
but
Yeah.
no, but yeah, my brother was worried about it, and many American farmers are too, because American bees don't have the evolutionary skills yet to combat these killer bees yet, because they're not used to them, you know.
Yeah.
And I heard that like one killer bee can wipe out like 30 regular honeybees in like a minute. You know?
Well, if you notice, right? If you notice, right, is that the killer bees, because remember when Japan had that African killer bee thing like 4 years ago? Like remember that happened in Japan? Like it came in through Kyushu,
Okay.
right? And when that happened, they they did something about that. So they introduced these Japanese hornets, because you know hornets like wasps and stuff, they'll be in your house or whatever. So the wasps were actually attacking. They don't attack honeybees; they attack killer bees.
Oh wow. Okay.
So those killer bees that are invasive in America, somebody introduced these Japanese hornets. Just like with this coronavirus, right? When you get a species, like they got that thing in Michigan where they got these big carps, or those iguanas that down in Florida, or those fish that actually walk on land from the Amazon
Yeah.
that eat anything
Yeah.
down in the Florida Everglades. So a lot of this stuff, like a lot of the things that you're seeing, is pretty much man-made destruction, right?
Because I was like, how you gonna have that killer bee reach all the way to America? Like something's not adding up here, man. This like all this stuff seems way too coincidental, man.
Hey, nothing's coincidence, right?
Yeah, man, nothing is coincidence. There's always something going behind the scenes.
Exactly, exactly. Like I'm looking at like these protests. All of this is no one was protesting until Trump brought it up, right?
Yeah.
No one was armed protesting running up on the Capitol. Michigan is like New York and like a lot of places like really hit hard, like really hit hard, and a lot of people don't realize this. And usually when I do this show, I usually just bring up stuff that people don't really talk about. That's in the news that you need to pay attention to because it's actually future sight.
Right.
It's like no one understand why the waves hit, right? If I was explained that it was the gravity of the moon and the gravitational pull, you wouldn't care, right? Most people don't care, right? The waves are coming in. Like, why is a storm like a hurricane beating down? Well, the hurricane actually starts in the middle of the Atlantic, and it gathers its momentum with the clouds, and then when it hits landfall, then it's a hurricane. Well, the same thing with a tornado, right? A tornado is just land based. Like a hurricane and a tsunami, I mean, a hurricane and a typhoon is the same thing. They just call it something different. It's the same thing. right? But so what we're doing is to regulate one problem with introducing another problem and don't know what it is. Now I like to put on my aluminum foil hat or tinfoil hat, and I don't think what China was doing was they was bioengineering this thing, just like in America where they bioengineer stuff, just like any lab, right? And it wasn't for everybody else; it was for their problem. They have too many old people. They have too many old men. They don't have enough women.
That's a huge one, man, and that's their own fault. I think also, man, and I could be perfectly wrong about this, but did you see as soon as the virus broke out, like the whole Hong Kong protest dispersed?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, because I think part of that stuff was for Hong Kong too. Like Hong Kong is way too close to Guangzhou, and they're in the same. Hong Kong is similar to Taiwan, except still part of the mainland. So,
Yeah,
so you know, with them being part of the mainland, them technically being more free than regular Chinese people, their influence can easily leap into the mainland. And China was like, fuck that. No, 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 no.
yeah,
I think that was part of it too.
yeah, yeah. I believe it too. I seriously believe it. I seriously believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I like to thank everybody that's in the chat. Joe has a channel. Y'all need to go check it out. I found Joe's channel a couple of years ago. Me and him met up a couple of times. Uh, um, and he's very informative. But how is it affecting y'all? Because down here where I'm in Kanagawa, man, it's dead. Like this Golden Week, boy, it looks like Christmas in America. Nobody out. Like nobody's out. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with my thing here. But yeah, man, like this whole thing with this social privilege is really getting pushed. Um, I was only going to stream for like an hour today because this was a test stream, and I like to thank everybody in the chat for coming by. I'm going to get this audio situation straight, so there's no like echoes and stuff like that. So just bear with me. First time I use like OBS or Streamlabs OBS. I got a Mac, so first time I use it with a Mac. It's a little glitchy, but we'll work through it. I like to appreciate everybody from the Great Regime. I like to appreciate the Steve Elder, the Supreme Elder, DJ Music. He has a radio show that's going to be on tomorrow. If Char Willie, if you're around, can you place the links? Vonda, can you place the Ebony Star Network links? Joe, you can place the link to your channel also uh, in the YouTube chat. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give some final words to Joe. Excuse me, to Joe. You like to say some final words?
I mean, yeah, man, everyone just be safe. We are, keep this short. We are living in a very special time. We were born to experience this time for a reason. I'm not sure why. We're born to be here right now to experience this dynamic shift in reality. Like everything that we know or have known up until this point is literally changing, and it will change forever. The way we do everything is about to change. The way we do restaurants, going out, watching movies, everything is about to change. We're going to a new paradigm on the physical and the spiritual realm, and this is really about to change. We're here to experience this for a reason, so get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready, man.
Yeah, for real. We need to get ready. Well, I appreciate all of y'all coming through. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Joe for coming through, music for coming through. We'll get these technical difficulties fixed. We'll get these technical difficulties fixed ASAP. So there won't be any issues moving forward. And y'all be safe. No one's going to beg you to be great. Sorry that the stream was cut short. This was a test stream. Um, right now, you need to hold back on your social privilege. We can chop it up in Discord. Y'all know the channel link if you've been sent the invite. And